Happy New Year, everyone. 2025 is here, and it's going to be another incredible year. Now, many of you know that last year I made a huge commitment to my health and my hunting, and that resulted in a program that we developed with MTN Tough called PP50+, and that stands for Preseason Prep for those of us who are 50 and older. It's 9 weeks of progression that got me ready for a sheep hunt in the McKenzie Mountains. So in this video you're going to see, we're going to show you the first workout that they filmed of that program. And it's pretty embarrassing for me to watch, but you're going to see that I had a long way to go. Yet the MTN Tough program made it possible to progress and to stay on track no matter where I was on that day. So watch this video and you're going to see an accountant desk jockey starting his journey to better health. We're then going to show you a video that is the last workout that shows what daily commitment to your health and your hunting can do. It can deliver some great results. So no matter your current physical condition, no matter how busy you are, MTN Tough has a program that will help you thrive in the backcountry. And they have a program for everybody. A commitment to your health and your hunting will pay huge dividends, and MTN Tough is there to help you. There's no better time to start than today. Enjoy the video.
All right, what's up, MTN Tough? Welcome to Preseason Prep 50+. We are so excited that you guys have decided to take this program on and get ready for hunting season. So the reason why I created this program was to get you hunters that have a few more miles in your history and have gone through the wear and tear that it takes to go through multiple hunting seasons. We want you guys to feel better and feel more prepared for your hunt, okay? So today we've got Chris and we've got Randy here to help go through your assessment and test in today. We also have Coach Nick that is going to help guide us through some of our mobility, strength, endurance, and balance testing today. So you got two coaches and two athletes here to walk you through this assessment. Now, today is meant for you to get to know your body, to understand what you struggle with mobility-wise, balance, stability, and to test your strength endurance. So we're going to be putting you guys through a pretty fluid flow of a bunch of different movements today, and all we ask is that you take notes, you make notes of how you're moving, how far you get, because at the end of this program, we're hoping to gain progress in all three sections that we're testing today: mobility, strength, endurance, and balance. So the more notes you take, the better you'll be able to track that progress. Okay, all right, so what we're gonna do here, guys, is we're gonna start with a good warm-up before we dive into the mobility testing. As far as equipment goes today, you guys will just need your normal box or cooler, okay? You're gonna need a step that's about 6 to 10 inches. It can vary in height, but keep it about in that range, okay? It could be a stack of books or anything you have on deck, and then you will need a pull-up bar. Randy has some limitations as far as his grip strength, so we do have a band for him to modify today. All right, guys, let's get your warm-up going. I'll have Coach Nick run you through.
All right, guys, to start with, we're going through 2 rounds through this warm-up. We're gonna start with the toe pull overhead squat for 5 reps. So grabbing the front of those toes, pulling ourselves down into that squat, driving those knees out, holding here for a couple seconds. Then we're gonna reach those arms overhead as high as we can and stand back up. Good, let's go through that for 5 total reps. Good, so really pulling ourselves down in that squat position, pulling our chest up high at the bottom, spending a couple seconds at the bottom, getting those hips warm and loose before reaching up to the sky and standing back up. Nice job, guys. 5 total reps. After this, we're gonna be doing some hamstring reach downs. Good, after we finish that last rep, we'll explain that one. So for the hamstring reach down, we're gonna kick our heel out, toes are gonna be up. We're just gonna reach down on the outsides of our foot with both arms kind of sweep up, get a good stretch in the hamstring, and then switch sides. So let's alternate each side, 3 and 3. Good, nice, slow, controlled motion, getting a good sweep, feeling that hamstring stretch. Good, 3 on each side before going into our world's greatest for our next stretch. Nice, every rep, just getting a little bit deeper into that hamstring. All right, world's greatest, we're gonna be down in that runner's lunge position. Good, once we're here, we're gonna drop that elbow on the inside of that knee and then reach up towards the ceiling. Good, we're gonna reach up and then switch sides and reach to the opposite side as well. Good, let's switch legs there. We're gonna go 3 on each side. Good, spending a little time in the bottom position, getting that hip and low back warmed up. Nice work, guys.
Good job, guys. And if you need to rest that back knee on the floor to do this, that is totally fine, okay?
Yep, exactly. If we're not quite there, hip flexors are a little bit tight, we can rest that back knee on the floor. If it feels like you're about ready to fall over, drop that knee down, take a little bit of the balance challenge off of that as well.
Today, you guys, we are going to be putting you through several different mobility movements and strength movements that will challenge you in a slightly different way. This isn't gonna be a hardcore, intense, sweaty workout today. This is simply an assessment. This is your test in for this program.
Good, last movement for the first round here. We're on our stomachs for 10 Supermans. So keeping our low back and glutes engaged, we're reaching overhead and then pulling our elbows back and down towards the hips, engaging that upper back and lats. Good, 10 reps here, good controlled motion.
Good job, Randy. Good job, Chris.
Here you go, guys. Getting those shoulders, low back, and lats engaged. We're here for 10 reps, and then we're starting back at the top. One more round through here. This time we can go just a little bit quicker through those movements now that we know what we're doing. Get a little bit deeper, starting with those toe pull overhead squats for 5 reps. So pulling ourselves down in that squat position, driving those knees out, reaching up towards the ceiling, and standing back up.
Great work, guys.
There we
The
go,
second
guys.
set of these always tends to feel a little bit better than the first because those hips are ready to work. You have a little bit mobility, a little bit more circulation through the system. So embrace that.
Nice work, guys. After 5 reps, back into the hamstring reach downs for 3 on each side. Good, so again, we're up on that heel, kicking the toe up, sweeping down outside of that foot. Try to get a little bit closer to the ground this time, getting a little bit further into that hamstring. Good, 3 reps on each side. Good, after 3 and 3, we're into that world's greatest again. So in that runner's lunge position, reaching up to each side, and then switching legs, 6 total, or 3 on each side.
Nice work, guys. Make sure that front leg, that knee is at about 90 degrees, give or take about 10 degrees. So we don't want that foot really far back and the knee jetting over the toe. Like get that hip opening lunge position going, okay?
All right, guys, after we finish those 6, we can go right to our stomachs and finish up our warm-up with those 10 Supermans. Good, should be getting body should be getting warm, heart rate should be getting slightly elevated here.
Go, guys. Face down, prone position. Prone meaning face down,
Yep.
okay? Face to the floor. You're gonna feel like you're giving yourself a double chin if you're doing this correctly. So as those elbows travel back and down towards the hips, we don't want you to look up. Good, and you can keep those feet off of the floor. If you're feeling any tension in the lower back, you can rest your feet. Palms down.
Good, after 10, we're standing back up and we're gonna talk about what we're doing for the mobility block of today's assessment. All right, guys, so what we're gonna start with is a quick mobility assessment here. This is gonna be pretty easy. It's essentially pass-fail on whether you can pass this test, but the biggest part is we want you guys to make notes on how you feel and how you're able to move through these different mobility tests so that as we progress in the program and we come back to this mobility assessment, you guys have notes of where you're at, and hopefully we can show some big improvements in each of those tests. So I think we've got 6 different tests that we're gonna work through here first. First one we're gonna do is just a simple toe touch. So what that's gonna look like, knees are gonna be straight. We're just hinging forward, seeing how far we can go. Biggest thing we're trying to do is we're trying to get those hands to the ground, but if you can't get there, I want you guys to make note of how far you can get down. So can you get to the middle of your shin, your shoelaces, whatever you guys can get to. Let's go ahead and just test out that toe touch. So try to keep those knees straight, hinging forward.
Yeah, Randy.
Good, Randy's getting his palms to the floor.
Yeah.
Look at that mobility.
Good.
Chris is close, he's just getting to the
Touching.
end of the foot.
He's got, yep.
Good, so no matter where you get, take a second to make a quick note of where you're at for that toe touch. All right, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do the goal post test at the wall. So this is assessing our internal and external rotation of the shoulder. What we want you guys to do is stand against the wall. We're gonna keep that low back flat to the wall. First one we're gonna do is rotate the hands up. Passing this test is if you can get the hands to touch the wall here, while keeping your upper back and shoulders on the wall here.
Yeah, there you go.
Good, so these guys are both getting there. I would say there's probably just a little bit of tightness at the end, but we're both able to reach it there. Good, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go test internal rotation. The key here that we wanna correct just a little bit is it's a tendency for that elbow to drop down as we go into internal rotation. So we wanna keep those elbows high and that shoulder back to the wall. So again, making note of where you're at. External rotation, we want to get the hands to the wall. Internal, we want to get to about 60 to 70 degrees.
Good. Relax.
Good. It's normal for those traps to want to kick in as well. So try to do your best to stay honest. The body's going to try to find any compensation it can. You want to keep those shoulders back against the wall, elbows level with the shoulder. Good. So this internal rotation is a common one for us to have stiffness with. You guys can take a break. You guys are just cranking through reps here.
Yeah. Make sure you have a good start position there and be aware of that that lower back arching off of the wall. Okay. Awesome.
Good. So I'd say maybe a little bit internal rotation tightness on our athletes here. Next thing we're going to do is a seated lat mobility test. So we're against the wall again. This time we're going to have you guys sit down, cross-legged if that's comfortable. If not, legs straight out. Biggest key here is we want our low back flat to the wall. So what we're gonna do for this test is we're gonna start with our hands shoulder width distance apart. Elbows are gonna be straight. I want you guys to raise your hands up towards the wall.
Head back.
Head back against the wall and seeing if we can touch here. So the key here is as we reach up, that low back is gonna wanna pop off the wall. Fight to keep that on the wall here. This is testing our mid-back mobility as well as our lat mobility.
Yep. First thing to happen here, guys, is that lower back to come off and to arch, right? If our shoulders are feeling immobile, so super tight, what we do is we throw that belly button forward in order to get those thumbs back. So pay attention to how you're getting that range.
And I'd say the only thing I'm gonna be a stickler on here, Chris, is keep those hands in a little bit tighter and elbow straight. Now go straight up from there.
Head back.
You see how those arms want to drift out? So there's a little tightness there.
Yeah.
There's a little tightness there. So just take note of that because it's normal for the body to want to compensate. So you think you might not have a restriction, but we really want to keep the hands shoulder width distance, elbow straight, so we can identify where those limitations might be.
Very
nice
good.
job, guys.
Nice, Randy.
Perfect. All right, next thing we're going to do, still at the wall, we're going to do what we call a quadruped thoracic rotation test. So
sure, there's a better
this is the
name,
one we're going to be kneeling. We're going to be on our hands and knees against the wall. Let me show you guys here. Pop up for a second. All right, so what we're gonna do, I want you guys to find a wall. This is just gonna prevent your body from compensating. So we're gonna get right up close to that wall, on the hands and knees here. Whatever arm is against the wall, we're gonna take that elbow and put it inside your knee. So you're kind of sitting back on your feet. Opposite hand is reaching to your low back with the palm up. And then we're gonna rotate our elbow up to the ceiling. Ideally trying to get a 50-degree rotation in that plane of motion. And then we'll switch directions and check the opposite side. Good, so elbow on the inside of that knee, sitting the hips back towards the feet. Opposite hand is palm up on the low back, and we're rotating up towards the ceiling.
Ooh, yeah, Chris. Good, come back down, rest for a second, and then rotate, good.
Drop the hips a little bit closer to the feet if you guys can. So kind of sit back on your feet a little bit more. Now let's try that.
We're going to
lock things up a little bit more.
Yep, we're going to do this on both sides as well, guys. Good. So if you feel like you've always maybe felt a little bit more mobile on your left or your right,
Randy.
This is a great test to assess that.
So Randy's got great mobility through the thoracic region here.
Good.
Not bad, Chris. Maybe a little bit stiff, but I would give it a passing grade.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and switch sides. Again, on this one, the biggest key is just assessing how you guys feel with that. If it feels really guarded and really restricted getting into that range of motion, make note of that. So when we test it next time, hopefully see some improvements.
Good.
Not uncommon to see one side be stiffer than the other in this test as well.
Good job, guys. Make sure that palm is facing up towards the ceiling if it's behind you. Good, and elbow that's on the ground is on the inside of that knee that's closest to the wall.
Good, nice job, guys.
Good.
Perfect, we just got a couple more for you. We're gonna shift things down a little bit lower, looking at some hip mobility here. So the first thing we're gonna do is what we call the Faber test. And what we're looking for here is we're gonna have you guys lay on your back, crossing one foot over the knee. What we're trying to do from here is drop that knee down to the floor. What we don't wanna see happen is as you drop, this hip pops up. So keep this hip flat, drive the knee to the floor. And what we're looking for is about a fist distance from the floor. So getting that knee about a fist distance from the floor for a passing test. Again, on this one, you can kind of just take an approximate guess of how much of a distance you have to the floor there. So we can see on Chris here, pretty dang good. He's getting about a fist distance here.
Good job.
Randy's not too far off.
Yeah.
So I would say maybe a fist and a half. So that's kind of how you guys can measure that one as we progress forward. If you haven't, let's go ahead and switch sides.
Good job, you
Just
guys.
a quick and easy way to check some hip mobility at home. Good, nice job, guys.
Yep, make sure that hip, opposite hip is not turning, it's not rotating off away from the floor. Good.
Biggest thing on this one is if you guys notice a big discrepancy side to side, definitely make note of that. If you're like, wow, my left hip is not moving at all, my right hip is super mobile, make note of that, maybe spend a little extra time working on getting that hip opened up.
Way to go, guys.
All right, guys, last mobility test here. We're gonna let Coach Sarah take this one.
Nick hates these, or hates doing these, but they're very good.
It's a weakness of mine.
Yes. All right, guys, so we're gonna test the internal external rotation of the hips here. So this one is sometimes a little wake-up call for a lot of people. This is your last mobility sequence for today. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit in a shin box position. So the front knee is at 90 degrees and the back knee is at 90 degrees, okay? Your goal here is to get the outside of this knee to touch the floor and the inside of this knee to touch the floor. I want you to focus on a good, high, strong posture. And in an ideal world, we would not need to lean back and use our hands. As we keep our feet in the same place, we want to switch positions and sit up tall. Okay? Inside of this knee, outside of this knee, and then we're gonna switch back. Now, if you need to guide yourself with your hands, that's okay, but make note of that, okay? And then we're gonna test and see how flush to the floor the inside and outside of the knees are.
Yeah, so just like Sarah was saying, couple things to take note of, whether you have to use your hands for assistance and if you're able to get through that full shin box position. So getting those knees to hit the floor on both sides.
Good.
And if you identified a mobility restriction on one side in the last test, probably not going to be a big surprise to you that one side feels a little bit more challenging in this test as well.
So it's very normal to feel this kind of in the hip socket. I mean, yep, you can give a little more space. There you go, Randy. Good. And ideally, guys, you want to keep those feet in the same place as you rotate to the other side. It takes a lot of core action, too, to perform this little rotation. Yeah, 5 per side. Good. 5-ish per side. Just go, you're testing. Keep that heel, keep that 90 degrees. Yeah, this one's a tough one. Good, let's do a couple more, guys.
If you're someone that has dealt with hip injuries, especially hip joint injuries that you're aware of, it's okay to use your hands and just stay within a comfortable range of motion. We don't want to create any impingement here, so stay with what you guys feel comfortable, but try to push yourselves to test that mobility.
All right, nice work, you guys. Okay, the goal there was to just make as many mental notes or physical notes that you guys need in order to kind of say, okay, I struggled with this, I was pretty good with this, my left side's tighter than my right side, because we will see that stuff again at the end of this program, okay? And that's something that we're gonna give deliberate attention to. All right, guys, it's time for some strength endurance, all right? So as I mentioned at the beginning, Randy has a little bit of an issue with his grip strength just to an old injury, all right? And so Chris is going to be demonstrating. We're going to go through a series, 1 round of each thing of just testing basic strength endurance, okay? So Chris is gonna start off with a minute of pull-ups, all right? So if you're at home and you have the capability to do pull-ups, you are doing a 1-minute pull-up test. You do not necessarily have to stay on the bar for that full minute, but we want quality lockout to chin above the bar pull-ups for 1 minute. You can get up there and hit 2s, threes. You could do as many as you can, get off the bar and hit ones and twos. It's up to you, but we want to know how many you get in 1 minute. Randy is gonna be doing a kneeling band lat pull down, okay? So it's a little bit nicer to his grip. He's still getting that great lat activation, and we're really gonna coach you through good form. Okay, all right guys, we're testing this for 1 minute. Coach Nick has your timer. We'll start here.
3, 2, 1.
All right, good. You
All right,
get
guys,
1
1
chance
minute.
for everything, guys. So we're counting your reps. Make sure you're counting your reps. All right, good job, Chris.
Nice job.
Good, we're gonna strategize this minute. Good, so Chris got 3 reps, right? 4, sorry, I've already
There we
gypped you.
go.
All right,
Knock out a couple reps, shake it out, and back up there for the next one.
good. So we're focusing on that retraction and depression in your scapular. So what that means is we wanna pull those shoulder blades back and down towards the spine, drive that chest up. Good, keep that space between the ears and the shoulders. Great job, Chris. And this is an overhand grip, you guys, overhand grip. Good, if you have a band, which we do encourage you guys to invest in a collection of bands for this program. Good. You're utilizing it on your pull-up bar to get that great lat activation. Almost there, guys.
5 seconds.
Good,
3,
counting your reps.
2, 1.
Nice.
What did we get, Chris?
10.
Nice.
Nice.
Good job.
Not very good. Thank you.
19, my
Nice.
lucky number.
Good, and if you are using a band, just make note of what band you used so that next time you can come back, maybe use a little bit lighter or use a heavier one.
Awesome,
next
guys.
one.
Okay, right into the second strength endurance test. We're gonna go into some air squats or body weight squats, okay? We want you to pay attention to upper body posture with these. We want you to feel deep, good, strong range of motion. So ideally, we wanna get parallel to the floor in the top of the quads, okay? So we want parallel to the floor and coming up. It's an AMRAP in 2 minutes. So you're gonna do 2 minutes of air squats. All right, we're gonna count your reps, see how many you can get done. Quality matters the most. So we don't want you guys doing half squats, for 100 and something. We want good quality squats for 2 minutes. Let's get ready to go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Good. Let's keep those arms in a stable position, Chris. Yep, there you go. Yeah.
Oh man, he's trying to use that momentum.
Yeah, no momentum allowed. Yeah, that's a good point, guys. Let's find that position for your arms. Good, right at the chest. As if you're holding a kettlebell or a dumbbell. Good, try not to hunch those shoulders. We're here for 2 minutes, guys. Those quads are gonna feel some love. Good, and you're gonna hear us coach the mechanics of a squat a lot in this program, okay? So things we need to be aware of and make sure we're doing is making sure that the knees are tracking over the toes, meaning whatever angle your toes are at, the knees are tracking in the same exact direction, okay? Every single person has a slightly different squat stance, okay? It's all dependent on how those hips are made, but we wanna keep those heels glued to the ground, drive those knees out in order to activate the glutes. Keep that chest up and strong, good. Good, keep your depth, Chris, keep your depth.
And just like Sarah was saying too, trying to keep the weight in the heels. When we come up onto our toes, we take some of that pressure off the glutes and it's all in the quads. We wanna use both the glutes and the quads throughout this air squat.
Nice job, Randy. Good job, Chris. Good, no hunching,
Nice work,
Chris.
guys.
There you go. Good, if you struggle with that chest dropping in your squat, try placing those fingertips behind your ears. And that, it's a little tougher, but it helps keep the chest open and up. We don't necessarily want to be upright, but we also don't want to hunch those shoulders over or round the back. We're also not looking for any, what we call a butt wink, any tucking of the pelvis.
10 seconds, let's go.
Woo!
Finish off those reps.
1 round, guys.
3, 2, 1.
Good job. All right, let's record
get?
some reps.
Nice.
Good work.
Nice job, guys.
All right, if you're at home, make sure you make note of your rep count. All right, how you're feeling? All right, here we go. Going back to a little bit of upper body. We're gonna go an AMRAP on push-ups. So Randy, for the sake of his wrist, will be performing these on his cooler. Chris will be performing them flat on the ground, all right? Push-ups, we want good active palms through the floor. We want your chest to drop between the wrists, okay? We don't want those elbows to flare too much, all right? So make sure you have perfect form, locked in core, strong tension. We're gonna go for 1 minute, you guys. 1 minute max push-ups. 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. Good. Randy, you can also go perpendicular to the box if you need a little bit more width in your hands, okay? You can go long ways.
Nice job, guys. There we go.
All right, let's keep that head up, Chris.
That's it.
There you go.
Good elbow position on these push-ups too. We want those elbows slightly in, near a 45-degree angle. Biggest thing is we don't want those arms out in that T position, so pull those elbows in, be a little bit more friendly on the shoulder.
Good work, you guys, good. So if you had a bar in your hands, where is that bar dropping to? Is it your neck or your chest? Okay, once again, Nick just said it. We don't want a T in your upper arms. We want that nice 45-degree angle. So think of a wide V versus a T in the arms for the push-ups. Good job.
10 seconds.
Keep that tension, Chris. Come on, come on. Get 90 degrees in the elbows, guys. Good job, Randy.
3, 2, 1.
Great work. 1 good minute of push-ups.
Nice.
17.
17 for Randy.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, team, we're gonna go into a 3-minute walking lunge. This is gonna be a body weight walking lunge. These guys are gonna be using the length of the studio, so use whatever space you have. We want these to be forward progressing lunges, and we ideally want that back knee to tap, okay? We wanna make sure our form is good. We're watching for any internal rotation in the hips. We want to avoid that. We want to stay aligned and stay on that railroad versus a balance beam. We want the railroad, okay? 3-minute walking lunge, keep strong posture in the upper body. We're testing the length endurance. We're going to go this way. Yep. Yep. Side by side. Yep.
We can just swing your guys' coolers out of the way too.
Yep. All right.
Stop about here.
Yep. Yep, so we're gonna stay inside the frame.
Yeah, you guys
we're gonna
can do it.
count your reps. 3 minutes walking lunges, you guys. Here we go. 3.
3, 2, 1, go. Got to keep it even on the clock, right?
Yes, for sure.
Good job, guys. So just holding a good pace. We're here for a longer interval, testing out a little bit of endurance in those legs. Biggest thing here is just to keep moving.
Good. We definitely knock out some good lunging here at the lab. It's so important. We lunge, we do a lot of very, very focused and programmed single leg strength endurance, because that is the most applicable thing that we can do in the gym that's gonna get us strong for the mountains, okay?
Nice job, guys.
No hands on the legs. We're not pushing off. Find a rhythm with the arms. Great job, you guys. 3 minutes, we're doing 1 set of this.
Okay, we don't talk about it too often. These guys are doing a good job with it, but as far as your step length on your lunge, we don't want to overstride. We want to keep a nice 90-degree angle at that front knee. So if you feel like you're stepping a little too far, check that distance, bring it back in a little bit. We know we're trying to cover some ground, but we want to load the right areas.
Great job, Mountain Tough, great job. This is one of the tougher sections of this assessment, but we are testing that ability to kind of push through that leg burn, okay? Keep your form. What tends to crumble when we do feel that fatigue kicking in? Good, shaking it out. Good work. Do we struggle with our balance? Good job, you guys. Is it our heart rate that's getting too high, or is it the leg burn that's getting us, okay? Pay attention to all those variables. You're doing great. This is where it starts to get fun.
Oh yeah, you guys got the last minute left in our 3-minute lunges here.
Nice,
Let's go
good job.
find a way to keep moving. So we start testing that mental toughness a little bit too.
Yep. Legs, lungs, and brains. Great work, you guys. We're on the home stretch here. We can do it. We can do it. Staying strong. Keep it up, keep it up. We're almost there. Make sure you're keeping track of your reps here. Let's go, Chris. Let's go, Randy.
10 seconds, let's go, last push.
Way to go, guys, way to go, way to go. Get those reps in, no hands on the legs.
2, 1.
Nice, great job, you guys.
Nice. What'd you get, Randy?
77.
Nice.
Nice work. All right, 77 for Randy, 60 for Chris.
Moving.
Good. Just takes that consistency. All that time in the mountains.
That's
you know?
right.
Okay, guys, switching gears. We have 2 more strength endurance assessments, okay? And these are just as mental as they are physical, okay? We're gonna be hitting a dead hang for as long as you can. So Chris will be hanging on the bar. We're gonna have Randy hit a Superman hold. So basically, if you imagine what Superman looks like in the air, we're holding. So it's the opposite of a hollow hold. We're gonna see how long these guys can hold it. Okay, yep, your prone position, arms out in front, you were hanging off that bar, okay? So we're gonna see how long these guys can do it. If you have a bar and you're obviously have strong grip strength, you're hanging on that pull-up bar, okay? Coach Nick's gonna keep track of time. He'll tell you when to start.
All right, guys, starting here in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good, all right. Awesome, Randy. Good, Chris. Okay, guys. You're working hard here. What we're doing is if you're hanging on that bar, we're testing your grip strength. Not to mention, grip strength is directly tied to longevity, okay? So this is a very good thing to work on. We're gonna be doing a lot of good hangs and holds. We want slight tension in that back. We don't wanna be just, even though it is called a dead hang, we want a little bit of tension under those armpits. We're holding on as long as we can, okay? Unless you guys are pushing like 5 minutes, and then we're not gonna be holding.
Then you've passed.
Then you've passed the test. Good, we're gonna shoot for at least a minute. Randy's holding strong. This one's a lot tougher. Good.
Chris is right at 43.
43 for Chris, good. Randy still has those hands up. Woo, good job, good job. So we're working all those postural muscles, just holding strong. You're breathing through it. Good job, Randy. Way to go, way to go. Holding strong. Love it, love
Arms
it.
are shaking.
Shoulders are burning, a little shaking, never hurt anybody. There you go, good job, Randy. Good work. Staying in it, staying in it. Good, fingertips to the wall in front, good. Those shoulders and back are strong. Way to go, Randy. Good, he's got that good alignment in his cervical spine, so his neck is keeping that face down. He is holding, this is good. This is good. We got some mental toughness right here. Good job, Randy. There you go, a little shaking down.
Nice, 135.
Nice job. Way to go. Okay, team, one more, and this is Chris's favorite. Last strength endurance
Good job,
test of the workout. That was awesome, Randy. We're gonna go into a wall sit. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna hold a wall sit for as long as you can. We are gonna be sticklers on our 90-degree requirement. Okay, so you have to hold yourself accountable to hit that 90-degree in the hip, knees, and ankles, okay? We're gonna go up to 3 minutes. So we're gonna give these guys 3 minutes, all right? So if you can hold for 3 minutes, that is awesome, you have passed the test, but we're gonna see how long these guys can hold without breaking, okay? This is your last strength endurance test, and then we're gonna go into a little bit of balance, and you're done today, guys, okay? Woo! Once again, not just strength endurance, it's a little bit of mental toughness.
Yeah. All right, here we go, guys. Let's start in the next 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
You're getting those hips down, level with the knees.
All right, we're here for 3 minutes.
Hopefully.
Arms crossed for Chris. He's just thinking about, what do you think about, Chris? Ice cream and deer jerky. Good, all right, we're keeping those feet flat on the floor. Don't slide up, don't slide down, okay? That is considered a break, you guys. So if you slide your hips up to shake out, that is breaking, okay? And the test is over. So what we're here to do is we're testing to see if you can get to that 3 minutes or to see how long you can stay on the wall, okay? Every single program at Mountain Tough has wall sits. You know why? Not only are they good for the quads, good for the tendons and ligaments and all the strength work, okay? But they're mental. And mountains
Randy,
take
keep fighting.
mental toughness. Great job, Randy. You are no stranger to these. You just did these last week. Come on, you can do it, Randy.
Let's go fight for another 10.
Good. Keep that head back, shoulders back. A little shaking. It's good. Yeah.
Nice.
Good work, Randy. Good.
Minute 30.
Minute 30. Love it. All right, Chris. Good. Chris is zenning out here.
He's in his happy place.
Good job.
Minute 40.
All right. Good. We're going to let you guys. Good, rest for a minute 20. If you are still holding, if you're at home, we're giving you this full 3 minutes, okay? We're giving you this full 3 minutes, so keep pushing, okay? That was great, Randy, Chris, done with what I think will be the hardest chunk of it. All right, but if you're at home, we're gonna give you guys, how much time, Nick?
Oh, 3 minutes total.
Awesome, well, go into the timer.
Oh, I just had it on my watch.
Oh, okay. All right.
We'll probably have about another 30 seconds.
Okay, perfect. Good. Good, good, good. Awesome, you guys. Good, keep rocking, keep rocking, keep rocking. Good, we're working till the end.
Yeah, I would take it to the 35.
Okay, perfect. We're gonna end this wall sit. When this clock hits 35, keep holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. All right, if you made that 3-minute wall sit, awesome, you guys. All right, so shake it out. If you just got done, we got to work a little bit of balance. So we're going to assess you guys with a little bit of balance work. This is going to be performed. The first section is going to be for time, and then we have some reps that we're going to go through. So first and foremost, all we're going to do is a single leg balance. Now that you guys are a little bit fatigued, a little bit in your legs, we're going to test that ability to control your balance. So all we're going to do is we're going to lift one leg up to 90 degrees, so making sure that top of the quad is 90 degrees, so not down here, it doesn't have to be up here, it's just 90 degrees, and we're gonna hold for 20 seconds. And we're just gonna see how that feels, all right? And see if you can hold it. All right, so we're gonna start in 3, 2, and let's go. Good, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 20 seconds here. Good, that's all right, Randy. Good, so think about finding a speck on the floor. It's not a dance station, Randy.
I know that.
3, 2, and rest. Good job, other foot. That's great.
My other leg's
Just shaking. All right, other side, 3, 2, and 90 degrees. Here we go, good. Kind of calm those arms down a little bit. Good, squeeze that standing glute, create tension. Tension is power. 90 degrees, you guys, 90 degrees. Get that knee up. What I love about Chris and Randy doing this program and done is that they each have their own strengths and weaknesses, okay? So we knew balance was gonna be a very important element for Randy, okay? Chris struggles a little bit more with his mobility, and we're gonna focus on building both of their strength. Okay, here we go, lateral touchdowns now. So we're gonna use that 6 to 10 inch step, okay? These are gonna seem really simple, but we're gonna stand towards the edge. You're gonna pull that toe up to you, and you're gonna slowly tap the ground with your heel. Let's go. Tap and come up. So we don't want you guys to put any weight, any heavy weight through the heel. We're gonna hit 10 per side on these, okay? Just tapping, tapping. We're not over committing or putting any weight in that tapping heel. All right, so we're bending that knee, slightly shift back in the hips, and then you'll switch legs. Sometimes you'll notice some significant asymmetries from one side to the other. Good. 10 per side, you guys. Good. Awesome. Good job, Chris. Nice, Randy. Good. 10 per side. And both of these guys' favorite. We're gonna go into a single leg RDL. So what we're gonna ask of you guys here, I'll show you from a lateral perspective. Standing leg, so if it's my left leg, I want your knee to stay soft. I want your right hand, we're gonna hinge this hip back, and we're gonna come down and just go as close to that big toe on the left leg as you can. This leg shifts back, and we come up. We're gonna go 10 per side, and we're just testing that balance, okay? All right, here we go, 10 per side. Right hand drops to the inside of the left big toe, and we come up in between each one. Kicking that back leg behind us, trying to keep a nice neutral spine, and control. Control is key here, guys. So soften that knee, Randy, so don't lock your knee. Yep, make sure that standing leg is not locked, you guys. We want the knee to be soft. That's all right. We are gonna do these 3 movements one more time, so you guys get a second chance at this balance. There we go, 10 per side, Mountain Tough. Good job, good job. Soften that knee, Randy. Good. Think about the main movement here is shifting that working hip back behind us. Good, so make sure to shift that hip back. Soften that standing knee, and go slow. There we go. Nice, 10 per side. Good job, Chris. Good. Takes a lot of focus, a lot of control. Good job. If you're struggling with these at home, you guys, there is a lot of people that struggle with these. That's why we put them in this assessment. Soften that knee, Randy. Soften. There you go. Good. So we have some work to do, right? That's why we're here. That's why we're doing this movement. Good. You got a couple reps left? Perfect.
Just trying to get the tempo.
There we go. Yep, we got to work on that. We got to make sure to keep that knee soft. You have a tendency to lock it. We got to keep it soft. Okay, guys, I'm going to make you do one more set of each of those because balance is like a motor skill. So the second set should feel a little bit better. We're going to go into our single leg balance. Remember, 90 degrees. Get that knee to hip height. 3, 2, and let's go. Good. Good. Stabilize the arms. There you go. Stare at a spot if you need. That's always a good little trick. There you go. Good, Randy. Focus, focus. Squeeze that glute. Create tension down and done. Good job. That was better in the first set for Randy. Good job, Chris. All right, we're going other leg. 3, 2, and up. Good. All right, grip the floor through the foot, create tension all the way up the ankle, knee into the hip and glute. Squeeze that glute, guys, like somebody's about to come knuckle punch you right in the glute. Good, strong, strong, strong. 3, 2, and done. Good job. All right, touchdowns, second set here. All right, so once again, this ledge is anywhere between 6 to 10 inches. These are gonna be within the program too, and we're gonna go 10 aside. Make sure that foot that's going down, that toe is pulled up, and you're tapping lightly. All right, so get that foot to the edge. Good. There you go. Good. Very light, very light. Nice, you guys. Good work. Almost there. 10 per side. Make note of left to right. How is your symmetry? Good. It should kind of probably mirror any struggles that you had in the single leg balance. We're almost done, you guys. Good job. Nice job, Chris. Good job, Randy. Nice and slow and controlled. So we're really gonna focus on our tempo throughout this program as well, because that will translate into improvement in your balance. Control is key here. Okay, last one, single leg RDL. All right, once again, standing leg is soft. We wanna control and shift that hip back, coming down and touching the opposite toe with the hand. Don't go too fast, don't go too fast. Control. Good. We're going to implement some tools throughout this program as well that are going to help facilitate creating tension through that kinetic chain in order to perform these even better. Good. Way to go, guys. Way to go. We got 10 per side on these single leg RDLs. This is the last movement of your assessment workout. There you go. Good job, Chris. Good, Randy. There we go. We got to slow it down, focus on our checkpoints. Soften that knee, Randy. Soften that knee. It always happens in that right leg, so we got to be aware of that. There you go. Good. All right. Good. It's hard not to stop these guys and really slow everything down, but that's the whole point of this assessment is we're recognizing what weaknesses and strengths that we have, and we're going to work on them throughout the program. So let us know how this assessment went, Mountain Tough. We want to hear kind of the feedback, or if you want to keep that to yourself, but make sure you record your details from today, okay? This assessment isn't like our normal buy-in, buy-out of our normal preseason program. This is testing mobility, balance, stability, which we have a lot of work to do, okay? So great job to Randy, great job to Chris. We are so excited to see what these guys can accomplish and progress through in the next 8 or 9 weeks, okay? All right, you guys, so make sure you let us know how you did, and welcome to preseason 50 plus. Today should have been a good challenge for you guys, and you should feel really motivated and ready to work on all those weaknesses that you might have found today. All right, thanks for joining Mountain Tough, and make sure to hit tomorrow hard. We're gonna ease you in with an on-ramp week and then dive into 8 weeks to get you ready for season. All right, have a good one, Mountain Tough.